How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Cigar Reviews with Kirk. Today I'm looking at something that I'm really excited about. I didn't know anything about this cigar until I bought it yesterday. I stopped by the B&M at lunch to have a cigar and watch a little bit of the NCAA tournament. And I stumbled across this. This is a George Rico American Puro. So I definitely had to go talk to the tobacconist about this. This is indeed an American Puro. It's got a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. I think he told me that the binder was Pennsylvania broadleaf Habano, but I wasn't able to confirm that online. And then there's also Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and Kentucky fire-cured filler. And yeah, he's not kidding about the Kentucky fire-cured filler, because you can totally smell it. Normally when I buy a cigar from a B&M, I still like to take it home. Unless I'm going to smoke it there, I like to take it home and put it in my humidor for a while. Because those big walk-ins, I think, can be hard to humidify. I think they can be uneven, and sometimes I've had over-humidified cigars from a B&M. Very rarely will I get anything dry. Really, I can't think if I've ever had anything dry. But I have had over-humidified cigars, and that's no good. But this one, because that Kentucky fire-cured smell is so strong, I really didn't want to put this in my humidor. I normally don't worry about cross-contamination of cigar flavors and smells, but this one's a little pungent. You know, I also don't put infused cigars in my humidor, so unless maybe they're in a tubo or something. But anyway, I got two of these. Again, this is the George Rico American Puro. I got the Corona, which is, I think, 5.6 by 46, and a Toro Grande, or Grand Toro, whatever you want to call it, which is, I think, 5.8 by 54. So I'm really excited about this because I remember, maybe it was probably close to 2 years ago. Got a pigtail on there. I was just getting into smoking cigars and, you know, learning some of the lingo, you know, when I was really starting to take it seriously. Great draw. Sweet, but not your typical tobacco sweetness. It really is more of like a barbecue sweetness. I mean, it really smells wonderful. A lot of like a hickory smoke. Very nice. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, when I first started taking cigars a little more seriously, you know, wanting to really learn about cigars rather than just, you know, puffing on them at a party every now and then or on the golf course. You know, I learned the lingo of what a Puro is. And a Puro, if you're not aware, means that all the tobacco, wrapper, filler, binder are from the same country. It's definitely got that buttery Connecticut flavor. Creamy. I really like that, wow. At least off the first light, that fire cured, it's in there, but it's not overpowering. It's very well balanced. And for me, yeah, it's definitely, I definitely get some cedar, just some mild tobacco, a little bit of like buttercream, a little hickory, and a tiny bit of black pepper. Really nice, but a perfect balance of all those flavors. Anyway, what I was saying about Puro. Puro means that the wrapper, filler, binder are all from the same country. And I was curious if there was an American Puro. And I was looking on some of the message boards and just Googling. And again, this was a couple years ago. And from the research I had that day, the consensus was an American Puro would be probably not that good and prohibitively expensive because the growing season in the United States is short. I mean, you've just got a few months, you know, between spring, summer, and fall that you can grow tobacco, whereas, you know, in Central America, You can pretty much grow it year-round. And so I didn't think anything of it. You know, I had seen that there were some Hawaiian cigars that were Puros, but people said that they were terrible and you wouldn't want to try them anyway. So I was excited when I found this American Puro. And it's very good. The tobacconists really raved about them. I've only seen one other review online about these, and I did see it. It was about 6 months ago. It was a Cigar Assessor review from Robert Myers, so check that out. I'll put a link into it. You know, I watched that video and I commented on it, but I don't remember watching it. Like I said, it was about 6 months ago, and so I didn't watch it again because I didn't want to hear what he had to say before I did my review. But so far, I really like this, and the tobacconist also recommended having this with a nice bourbon. So I've got my Hudson Baby Bourbon here. So this is a pretty nice bourbon. This is from New York, and it's aged for 4 years in 2-gallon casks. So very small wooden casks. Tons and tons of cask influence on this. So we'll get into that later. It's a pretty long intro, but the George Rico American Puro. I'll be back. Let you know how this develops, and hopefully it continues to be as awesome as the first light. See you guys in a minute. So I'm back, about a half hour in, coming down to the first band here, burning fairly slowly, and great. You know, I haven't had to touch this up at all. You know, most Coronas burn pretty well. A 46 ring gauge, I think is a good way to go if you're concerned about having a good burn. So I haven't had to worry about this at all. I did go inside and get a glass of water. Came out smoking just like it was when I set it down. So that's good. The hickory flavor does tend to build up on the palate a little bit. It's not super clean. Very long finish. I would say this is a medium flavored cigar. But, you know, with the finish, if you take your time between draws, the finish kind of evolves a little bit. I got a bug in my drink. Gnats love bourbon. Yeah, overall, a good cigar. It hasn't really changed since the first light. It's really just those same flavors. Still well balanced, but again, the hickory does kind of build up. And it pairs nicely with the bourbon, but the bourbon I don't think cleanses the palate all that well. With a cigar that builds up, you need a drink that's going to cleanse. So, I mean, the flavors are nice, but it just, I don't know. So I did go inside and grab some water too. I think a good pairing for this might be like a beer or a glass. I'm not normally a sweet tea drinker, but I think this would go great with some sweet tea. You know, I picture this cigar, because it's not terribly complex, but the flavors are really nice. I can see myself smoking this again, like if I have people over, get the grill going, have some barbecue chicken, have some beers, you know, just nothing extravagant, you know, just some, you know, when you're drinking your American lagers, like I like a Tucson Blonde or something like that in the summertime, grilling out. This would be a fantastic addition to that scene in my mind. So, yeah, I'm digging it. I'll come back at the very end and let you know if anything changes. But so far, I do really like this cigar. I like the construction. American made. So, yeah, good stuff. Pairs decent with the bourbon, but I think personally I would enjoy it better with a beer or iced tea. So. I don't know. You really can't go wrong with that bourbon, though. That's good bourbon. So, the bourbon might actually be better than the cigar. But still a good cigar. Anyway, rambling now. I'll be back at the end, guys. Stick around. So I'm about an hour in now. Down to the nub. Pretty consistent. The last third, that creamy Connecticut type flavor did pick up here in the last third, which was really nice. It was good to have a small change like that, but overall, not a terribly dynamic cigar, but very enjoyable for what it is. To my palate, this wouldn't be an everyday smoke, but great grilling out with friends smoke. And I think this would be good for people who aren't big cigar smokers. So when your friends come over who don't normally smoke, but see you have a humidor and are interested in trying a cigar, this would be a good one if it's that kind of day, you know, if you're barbecuing chicken. I can't get that out of my head for some reason. But or a fantastic 4th of July cigar. It is an American Puro, so great for the 4th of July, and nice bourbon. It's amazing how if you leave a liquor to just sit for a while, how much it changes as it opens up. So I encourage you to take your time. This is the same dram I started with an hour ago. And it's great. I enjoy every sip better than the last. So take your time when you're drinking, because you don't want to get yourself in trouble. And from my experience, I think you'll really get the complexity of the spirit, especially, this isn't cheap. This baby bourbon, it's a very small bottle, and I think it's in the maybe $45, $50 range, so not cheap at all. It was a gift from my lovely wife. So, thanks a lot for stopping by. I definitely encourage you to pick up a George Rico American Puro, because it's a pretty cool experience, and I did like this cigar. So, thanks a lot for stopping by, guys. I always appreciate it. Click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more of my stuff, and I always encourage you to leave a comment. I'll always message you back. So, take it easy, guys. It's a beautiful day. Love life, and enjoy a nice cigar every now and then. So, I do appreciate you guys watching these videos, and as always, I'll leave you with my recommendation: keep your feet in the pool, a drink in your hand, and a cigar in your mouth. Have a good one, guys.